Did you know that the Dallas Cowboys have had even worse playoff failures than yesterday's blowout loss? Here are all of the worst Dallas Cowboy playoff games in franchise history. When I was digging in and doing the research for this very video, I actually could not believe how many times that the Dallas Cowboys have failed in heartbreaking fashion in the playoffs over the years. And I'm a Chargers fan, someone that's not surprised by very much in the sport of football based on what I've seen from my own team. But holy shit, I forgot about a lot of these. It was Tony Romo's first playoff game as a Dallas Cowboy. Potentially a new era being started in Dallas. In the first round, they were matched with the NFC West champion Seattle Seahawks. And it was an awesome game, back and forth, extremely close. It came down to the final drive where Tony Romo and the Dallas offense drove into field goal range. Game-winning field goal range. They were just a 19-yard field goal away from victory, and Tony Romo would fumble the snap, costing the Cowboys their season. What about in 1981? The Dallas Cowboys had made it all the way to the NFC title game. They were facing off against their arch rivals, the San Francisco 49ers. But they weren't rivals yet because this is 1981. Realize that this is before the San Francisco 49ers would go on to win 5 Super Bowls. This is before the Dallas Cowboys reached their Super Bowl total. Dallas were just one stop away from advancing to the Super Bowl and potentially preventing an entire dynasty that would haunt the NFC for the next 20 years from starting. But in the final seconds, Joe Montana would win the NFC title game off of a pass to a pretty famous tight end who would make a pretty famous catch. And the Cowboys would be eliminated. Or how about in 2008? One of the best Cowboys regular seasons of all time. This might have been one of the most loaded Dallas Cowboys rosters of all time. They were 13-3. They had earned the bye week in the NFC Conference. And coming to town to try and upset them was the 9-7 New York Giants, their arch rivals in the division. And this 13-win team choked again, losing to New York, who are on their way to even bigger upsets, to be fair. A lot of people know that the Detroit Lions went on a 30-year playoff win drought, which was snapped yesterday, actually. Congrats to the Detroit Lions fans. But what most people don't realize is where this playoff drought started. Because in 1991, the Dallas Cowboys were blown the fuck out by the Detroit Lions in the second round in their largest playoff deficit loss of all time, 38-6. And we can't forget a couple years ago in 2021. The Cowboys got into a back and forth semi-defensive battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Dallas got exactly what they wanted. The ball with time running out for their offense to go down and score the game-winning touchdown. But instead, Dallas would stupidly run the clock out while they were losing in the fourth quarter. The worst Dallas Cowboys playoff moment of all time is undebatable in my opinion. You guys can go ahead and hop in the comments and talk about which one of these situations you think is the worst. This is my pick. The Dallas Cowboys were on fire in 2014. Dez Bryant was in his prime. Tony Romo was in his prime. DeMarco Murray was rocking. This offensive line was probably the best in the league over a 5 or 10 year span. And they had the defense to support the offense finally. Everything was perfect. Playing the Green Bay Packers in the second round of the playoffs. Another step towards the Super Bowl, a game where the winner would go to the NFC title game. And again, Dallas got exactly what they wanted. The ball late in the fourth quarter with a chance to go on a game-winning drive. But if you've been watching this video and you've been watching any Dallas Cowboys playoff football over the last 3 decades, you know that this is going to end in disaster. It was fourth down. They put their balls on the table and went for it all late in the game. Tony Romo stepped back, threw it up the left sideline to Dez Bryant in one-on-one coverage. Dez Bryant caught the ball, dove for the goal line, and scored the game-winning touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys until the play was placed under review. After a lengthy review process, the referees in the field that day deemed that Dez Bryant did not maintain control of the football all the way through the catch. Even though he caught the ball, took 3 steps with the ball in his hand. But hey, that's just how things have gone for the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs over 25 years of time. It's insane, and personally, I don't even hate the Dallas Cowboys. So I wish the best for them next year. I hope that the Cowboys don't do this again next season. But will they? It seems like probably. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video. It helps out a ton in the algorithm. Share it with any Cowboys fans you know, and subscribe to the channel with notifications on, most important. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another one. Will the Dallas Cowboys choke another season away in 2025? Probably, but I guess sooner rather than later, the ball won't lie. I gave you fair warning, beware.